welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my kitchen. Paula here, and this is the Flavorful Home. If you're new and visiting for the first time, I hope you'll consider subscribing. There's always something new happening, either being cooked, baked, crafted, and we are slowly, well, not slowly, we are quickly approaching gardening season, where I will be starting my seeds and getting ready for the next phase of growing what we eat. Today I'm here to talk a little bit about pantry preparedness, pantry stocking. And I've always been a menu planner. We have a large family. We have 6 children and 2 grandchildren, and at one time all of them, grandchildren included, lived with us. And so planning a menu is, in my opinion, paramount in keeping your sanity and not have to be constantly thinking what's for dinner, saving you money because you're not like, oh, I'll just go get fast food. And it helps keep things organized and keeps the family together because you're all eating and sharing your day at the dinner table. How long have I been doing this? I was cleaning out my desk and I had one of those magnetized little containers that I kept on the fridge, and I happened to, because the fridge that I have now, you can't stick anything to it. So I took it when we moved into the new house and just stuck it in my desk and went to clean it out because everybody has a junk drawer, a junk desk. And so I cleaned this little container out and I find old menus. Some of these menus, and I kid you not, are 18 years old. So I've been planning on meals a very long time. It is a lifesaver for me. A lot of my friends would come and they would say, you plan your menus? Yes, because when you have a large family, it helps keep you focused. The problem was I was planning my shopping list around my menus. And even after doing that and buying what I would need to make whatever was on that menu, I was finding myself in the grocery store 4, 5, sometimes 6 times a week. And after the fiasco of 2020, I just said, this is absurd. I'm spending more time in the grocery store. It's ridiculous. And of course, because everything got cleaned out and then they started to put limits on what you could buy, I said, I have to change the way I'm doing things. I need to stock my pantry better. And I believe it was the Needy Homesteader who said, plan your menu around your pantry and what you have in your freezer and on your shelves. And that makes a big difference. I have gone from that many times a week in the grocery store to now every month, sometimes every 2 months, I do big bulk shopping, like mostly Sam's. I find I've been liking Sam's more than Costco as of late. And only if there's a really good sale will I go to the grocery store, or for milk and for certain produce. Otherwise, I now bake my own bread. I haven't bought bread or rolls or hot dog buns or hamburger buns since June of 20. And I have started canning. I started watching homesteaders who can in 2019, and then after all that with 20, I said I'm gonna learn this wonderful lost art. So I started canning, I started gardening, and I really built up my pantry. It's not quite where I want it, but it's getting there, and I'm really happy with it. So we're going to take a quick tour of my basement pantry, and we'll talk a little bit more about how to stock it and how to plan meals. Let's go. Hello, we are in my basement. It is a 2x4 basement. Back east, when we lived in New York, basements were everything. Most people had full basements with bathrooms, kitchens, living rooms. Not so much here in California. So because my home was built in 1893, it has what I know was their root cellar. And so we use it to the best of its tiny ability. This shelf, this was from when we had our restaurant, and it is stocked with all my baking goodies. And I'm going to come pull you over here and so that you can see just what we have. Okay. These containers are, and it's a little dark, are from my restaurant. And I keep my sugar, my powdered sugar, I buy sugar in the raw and bulk, but I don't buy a big bag, so I just keep it in this. But I'll buy, I want to say maybe it's a 10-pound bag of sugar, and I put it in here. This has my garbanzo bean flour that I make my chickpea fritters, or panelle, which is a Sicilian dish. And then on the lower shelf, this is my bread flour. This is my all-purpose flour. This is my wheat flour. I'm going to start buying a bigger wheat flour because I make wheat bread more than I do white sliced bread. So I'm going to start buying a bigger thing of wheat flour, so it'll be more financially prudent. These great things hold the number 10 cans, and these are all my pizza sauces. I need to go and get more puree. I used my last one the other day. This is ground tomato that I like to use in, sometimes if I make a fruta de mar, which is seafood sauce, or use in minestrone soup, I do that. I'm going to pull you back up again. I also use it for storing. I have my air fryer up there because it's not something I use every day, so I don't keep it upstairs. I don't like a cluttered kitchen. And then here under the window is our paper goods. Tissues, toilet paper. I have food containers when the kids come and it's holidays and I have a lot of leftovers. I put them in there. The bottom things, I keep the paper goods on those boxes so that if, God forbid, there's ever a flood, I don't lose all my toilet paper and such. This is, yes, that's a doggy bed. Our Yogi, he does not like those beds. He destroys them, so we have it down here. I have my Ziploc storage in various sizes. I have my Clorox wipes. I have my Solo cups. More Ziplocs, my face wipes, detergent, flushable bathroom wipes, paper goods. These are my paper dishes. Cleaning items are pizza pans, parchment, aluminum, straws, plastic forks, knives, spoons, more Ziploc, dishwasher. These are plastic containers, my cake takers. Okay, let me kind of switch here because, and it's not perfect, but it works for me. This is my canning section. This is my jars, my pressure canner. I also got an Instapot for Christmas, which is underneath that. I mean, I don't know if you could see it, but underneath my pressure canner is my Instapot. And we have my dehydrator, my big roaster that I use for turkeys. I have, that's like an hors d'oeuvre cupcake holder on top there. All my canning bands, my pasta maker, my ice cream maker, mostly canning and cooking things here. What Italian home would be complete without a wine shelf? These were here when we bought the house, these shelves. They already were using it for wine, and we just added to it. So we have our wines there. Let me turn you. This big box is another roaster, my electric roaster, 18-gallon. I use it for making broth to can. This is what I buy my flour, this size, 50 pounds. I am going to, and I just dumped it into my container. And that other little container, that's a dog food bin. I am going to invest in some food grade 5-gallon tubs so that I can buy maybe 2 50-pound bags and keep them nice. Now I'm going to kind of turn you to see over here. This is also a lot of my canning and baking goods. I have, this is for making pie fillings and my citric acid and pectin. I have my cornmeal here and rye flour, powdered milk, malt for bread making, buttermilk, because I don't keep buttermilk on hands. So I buy the powdered shelf stable. It's just easier if I'm making biscuits or buttermilk pancakes or whatnot to just use that. My canning tools. By the way, Peter's Caramel. Best caramel in the world. You'll have the best caramel apples ever. As you could see, I'm down to my last paper towels. So I don't know what in the world is going on with napkins. Sam's nor Costco since December have napkins. I don't want fancy napkins that cost an arm and a leg. I just want plain old face napkins, and none of them. So hopefully, I'm going to Sam's on Monday. Napkins are back in stock. So I'll be buying another thing of toilet paper, another thing of tissues, and another thing of paper towels. Okay, now we are at the money section. Let me move the curtain. This was also here when we bought the house. And I'm starting to think it's very possible the previous owner just might have been a canner. Because when you can, your food has to be kept in dark, cool places. So I think maybe she did can. Now, my bean situation has reached critical proportions here. I have 2 garbanzo beans left. I have 1 Mexi bean. These beans are delicious. Carol from the Thrifty Chic Housewife has the video up. They are so good. My kids love them. I have 1 black bean and 2 kidney beans left. So up on top here are all my beans. So I'm going to have to take a couple of days and get canning on my beans. Up here are my tomatoes and some very basic canned goods. Some corn, olives, chilies, water chestnuts. There are some chili beans and pinto beans, tomato sauce, diced and fire roasted tomatoes, corned beef hash, whole tomatoes. I have some beets, sauerkraut, coconut milk because I make some Asian style dishes. And then, of course, in this corner is all the soups. Cream of mushroom and cream of chicken and blah de blah. Then we have here are my canned meats. This chicken is so delicious. I bought chicken cutlet or boneless chicken breast on sale, roasted it, not fully cooked, but roasted it with some herbs and then canned it. This makes delicious chicken salad, the one that you put the pecans and cranberries and a little bit of sour cream and mayo. Oh, so good. Then we have, this is spicy pork. I actually finished the last of my chipotle pork. What do you do with this? Shred it up and you have tacos in no time flat. With my chipotle pork, I had burritos within 30 minutes and it was delicious. These are my sweet potatoes. They have a little bit of sugar and cinnamon in them, but you can pop this open, heat it up, mash it, and make mashed sweet potatoes. Or I even did my sweet potato casserole with them. My canned pineapple, and then my pie filling. Oh my gosh, the apple pie filling is to die for. I won't use anything else. So good. My cherry pie filling. Wonderful. If you are making turnovers with puff pastry, 1, 2, 3, you got it. Wonderful. And then here is, I'm going to turn you down. Well, actually over here, as you can see, is my potatoes and onions and garlic. And then as you slowly turn, it's kind of my baking, peanut butter, crackers, cake mixes, cocoa and such. And then let me pull this over this way so that you can see. Oh, I forgot. I'll show you that in a second. I forgot to show you my top shelf. Then you have my Knorr beef and chicken bouillon. Back there is my canning salt, everything bagel seasoning, almond extract, Tabasco sauce, hot sauce, Worcestershire sauce, breadcrumbs, my sprinkles for cookies, I'm gonna be honest. I made these adorable little Oktoberfest mustard. It is bitter. I haven't tasted the one in my fridge in a little bit. I should do that and see if it's still bitter, because I was told it will mellow. I don't know if I'm going to make it again, because to me, in my opinion, it's too bitter. But I did mix with cranberry sauce for an absolutely unbelievably delicious turkey sandwich after the holidays. So it's all is not lost. I can mix it with other things. I'm going to have to make more of these marinated mushrooms. My daughter Sophia loves marinated mushrooms. These are divine. And then I have my bourbon barbecue sauce, delicious, that I canned. And these were the bourbon barbecue sauce and the mustard. It is Ball Canning's recipe, but I followed Carol from Thrifty Chic Housewife. She does only approved canning, and that's all I'll do, because the thought of botulism scares me to death. And I know some people rebel can, and that's their business, but I will never ever rebel can, because it petrifies the dickens out of me. Up here is, again, just more olives, cocktail sauce, sesame oil, chili sauce, sun-dried tomatoes, just a lot of condiments. Clam juice for when I make macaroni and clams, and then there's in the back are, let me see if I don't know if you can see it well, but there's, this is orange water for when I make grain pie at Christmas. Dijon mustard, spicy garlic, buffalo wild wing sauce, Caesar dressing, blue cheese, capers. So more condimenty and that sort of stuff there. And here is my pride and joy. I want to really be able to get you in there to see. I know it's dark, but here is my jams. I'm going to zoom out just, no, that's going in. Okay. This is Cantaloupe Jam. It is delicious. And look at the color. This is so good on brie. If you have a cheese platter, put out the Cantaloupe Jam. It's outrageously delicious on soft cheeses, goat cheese, things like that. Love it. This is my Christmas jam. I did two of them. One I did with raspberries at the holidays. This one is strawberries. And I'm trying to make sure you're in there. Pears, strawberries, cranberries. Delicious. With a little hint of Grand Marnier. So good. This is all my Christmas jam. This is my last blueberry. So I'll be having to make more of that because it's delicious. And my daughter loves it on egg sandwiches. How crazy is that? But she's like, Mom, it's so good. And then this is my strawberry jam. So pretty. The color is just so nice. And I tell you this, once you eat jam like this, you will not want it from a grocery store ever again. I promise you that. And then my bottom, I'm going to pull you out and turn you down. That's my oils, my balsamic, my red wine vinegar, apple juice, pineapple juice, cucumber melon juice, chocolate milk, ketchup, syrup, mayo, you know, those snack bars. That's for my son for school, you know. There's the sweet and salty and all the different granola bars. I also have, again, from restaurant days, I have, this is the last of my garlic. So once that goes into the container upstairs, I'm finished with that. I have my Italian seasoning. And what is this? Let me see. I think this might be, or is this, no, that's red pepper flakes. Okay. And I have Sweet Baby Ray's because my husband prefers that over the bourbon barbecue sauce that I made. I also have, I'm going to turn you this way. These are my son's school yummies. His snacks, oatmeal, goldfish, stuff like that. Oh, that tub at the bottom there that the potato chips are on is filled with rice. These tubs are all from my restaurant, and they came in so handy. So I buy a big thing of rice and just scoop it out and bring it upstairs. And up on top here is the pasta. Sorry, I see you're blurry. Hopefully it'll... Come on, Mama. Clear up. There we go. Okay, up here, I'm going to raise this so it's not so tilted. The pasta extravaganza. Okay, some of these pastas my mother has sent me from New York from a local salumeria in Brooklyn. I have all different kinds of pastas from fusilli, ziti, penne, these I bought by mistake, capellini. Nobody likes them. I thought they were spaghetti because they were in the spaghetti pile at Trader Joe's, but whatever. Gnocchi, pappardelle. I have, for when I make some of my Asian dishes, my ajinapip for meatball soup and ricotta and macaroni. Orzos are here. So there's a lot of yummy pastas. If you're not good with pasta ideas, go follow the Pasta Queen on Instagram. She'll give you ideas up the wazoo on what to cook with your pasta. And you can't get much cheaper than pasta. And I keep hitting you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. This one is... I am shielding the goods here because, as I said to you, you have to keep your canned goods dark. So, okay, so I have my stuffing and I have scalloped potatoes and such. Here's my beautiful beef broth. I need to make my chicken broth because I've run out of that. But just look at that awesome brown, rich, beautiful color on my broth. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, you have soup. You can use this if you're making a pot roast. It's just well worth it to have broth on hand. So I'll be also making my chicken broth since I'm out of that. So I just do this and close my curtain to keep it kind of hidden. So that's the basics of my pantry. That's an ice machine up there too, as well as my air fryer. It's come a long way. I'm almost where I want to be as far as my pantry is concerned. And I hope this helps you out with how to kind of start getting organized and getting your items together. I also have my freezers in the garage, as well as my fridge and freezer in the house. But this is a decent pantry to shop from. And let's go upstairs and we'll talk about planning a little bit more. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed that pantry tour. As well as my pantry, as I said, I have my chest freezer in the garage, a small one that we got from Sam's Club, about 7 cubic feet, as well as another refrigerator in the garage, and my fridge in the house. And those are stocked with vegetables, raviolis, tortellinis, fish, my sauces. If I make marinara, whatever's left, I freeze in a square container and then do my food saver, so it's vacuum sealed. There'll be raw tomato puree, cooked marinara, raw pizza sauce, prepared pizza sauce, my mozzarella chunks. All those are food savored, vacuum sealed. My chest freezer is filled with chopped meat or ground beef, roast beefs, flank, stew meat. I buy these little, I don't want to say minute steaks, but they're these tiny little thin steaks that I cut for when I make chili, Italian sausages, pork butt, pork roast, pork chops, whole chicken, boneless chicken breasts. I have nuts in there, my almonds, sesame seeds, oh gosh, everything. I utilize my freezers to the nth degree. It is a time saver. It is a money saver. And that's really what I'm just trying to say. Your vegetables, if you buy a big bag of broccoli from Costco or Sam's, blanch it and break it into meal servings and freeze it. If you don't have a food saver, put it in a freezer bag. And that's what I'll do. I'll do it with asparagus. Now with my green beans, if I buy a big thing of green beans, I'll just can them. But these are all money savers and time savers. There's nothing like being at the dinner table with your family and talking about your day and what did you learn, what was new, sharing each other, loving each other. And that happens at the dinner table. There's no television in the kitchen. There's no phones at the table. We are just together as a family, laughing and talking. And when you cook for your family, you are controlling what goes in your family's body. And you're eating cleaner. And when I say that, I don't mean you have to watch what you're eating, oh, low fat. No. Just the sheer fact that you're cooking for your family, you are controlling the items that they are consuming. Fast food takes a toll on the body. There's nothing more comforting than coming in and going, what are you making? And my kids do it all the time. Mom, what are you cooking? It smells so good. And that makes me happy. It brings me so much joy to care for them. Utilize the Instapot. Utilize the crock pot. It doesn't have to be this divine cuisine that took 7 hours. Just get in there and cook. I hope that this helped you. I hope it gave you a little bit of guidance. I hope you'll come back and visit again. Have a wonderful weekend, friends. Create something wonderful. Till next time. Thank you for visiting.